Hello, this is Brian Rowe from Mythic MTG Tech doing a quick Q&A video here. The question that I was asked was, what are the biggest changes that I've seen in Magic as a player who came back and who also played very early on? The biggest change that I've seen is the focus from spells to creatures. So I've got a few cards here, some older ones and some newer ones, and the big difference that I had to wrap my head around going from an early Magic player to a current Magic player is that creatures matter a lot. Decks are going to be full of creatures. You're not going to be able to lock people out. Spells have gone significantly down in their power level, and creatures have gone way up. So let's look at a few examples of these. Got a broken card here from the original set, Ancestral Recall. Basically, it's one blue, draw 3 cards, or have your opponent draw 3 cards. And the 1-for-3 value on this is just incredible, one of the most broken cards that are out there. Let's compare this to current cards that are in the environment. Preordained, which has even been banned in Modern, is 1 blue, scry 2. So you look at the top 2 cards, decide whether to put them on the bottom or the top, and then draw a card. So this basically gives you the best of the top 2 or a random third card for 1 blue. This is also a sorcery where Ancestral Recall was an instant. And this card, Preordain, is still so powerful that it's been banned in Modern. Also, Divination saw a little bit of play in the last Standard environment in cards like Esper. This is 3 mana, sorcery, draw 2 cards. So the power level of instants and sorceries has definitely been dialed back, but at the same time, the power level of creatures has gone way up. What is the most powerful blue card out there right now, at least with regards to some of the older formats, and also seeing a lot of play in Standard, is this card, Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage is amazing. 2/1 flash, so you can just jump into play, and he lets you play your spells for a second time. So in order to get extra value out of your spells, you've got to have creatures in your deck. Let's look at another group of these cards that have changed significantly from earlier sets. So, I wonder if I could cut something out in the middle of this. I don't know. We'll find out here in a second. I seem to have misplaced Fast Spawn. Where the hell did Fast Spawn go? There it is. Dropped it. Okay. Even in colors like green, the powerful cards were always spells. I mean, Channel is 2 green. It was banned extremely early because it lets you exchange your life for mana. But Fast Spawn, it took them a while longer to ban, but it's a 1 green card that for an additional life, you can put extra lands into play. So each land you put into play basically does 1 point of damage to you after the first one. By contrast, the currently banned cards for green are creatures. I mean, Wild Nacatl, this is a 3/3 for 1. I know it looks like a 1/1, but if you have a mountain and a plains in play, which is really easy with both the Ravnica Chalks and the original duels, he's a 3/3 on turn 1. And this card is banned in Modern. If you had asked me 10, 15 years ago, will we see a green creature banned, or what green creature would be banned, I would have laughed entirely, because there were not good or amazing green creatures, and there weren't for the first 10 years outside of maybe Urnam Djinn, which is a 4/5 from Arabian Nights. But Wild Nacatl is amazing. It's a 3/3 for 1, and the most talked about card right now is definitely this one, Deathrite Shaman. And this is a 1 casting cost in either black or green that produces mana for you in any environment with fetch lands really easily. It hits your opponent with a shock for 1 black. It also allows you to gain life. For 1 casting cost, this is an amazing creature. I would argue that right now, Deathrite Shaman is kind of the creature equivalent of Ancestral Recall for power level. We went from amazing 1-drop instants to amazing 1-drop creatures in the last 15 years. Thanks, Luke. Great question. If you guys have any other questions or things you'd like to hear some commentary on, please let me know. Put it in the post here in the bottom.